Bucks. Oh, big elbow from DC! Oh my God, Daniel Cormier just knocked out Stephen Miocic! Stephen Miocic is completely unconscious! The referee is waking him up! Daniel Cormier is the heavyweight champion of the world! Are you fucking kidding me?
MMA with friends, yeah. MMA with friends, we punching with the wind. You gotta understand, we floating like a bee and stinging like Ali. You understand this ring, get knocked out in them things. We undefeated, we the champs of the world. We really taking over, not worried about no girls. And you can understand how it really gotta be. And when we kick that fist in, you gon' really see, huh? Hey, put your heart and your soul in this game. When you step in this ring, don't be a lame. Everybody destined for a clout, man, fame. I don't understand, but we boxing in the rain. Boxing in the rain, knocking in the field. Yeah, I got that Snoop flow, I gotta stay ill. Everybody thinking about everything else, but when we in this ring, you gon' beg for some help. Cause I MMA with friends, we did it all again. We back in this game, we back just to win. We came to take over, got a kick-ass theme song on the way for show. A kick-ass game, and we really got the flow. Yeah, we boxing out. If you understand, then you know just what I'm talking about. And we not tryna lose, tryna really win. MMA with friends, yeah, we did that shit again. And yeah, I'm back like I never left. And I'm back cause I don't need no book off of stuff to tell me where I'm really at. MMA with friends, that's how I act.
Oh my God, Monroe! It's all over! Whoa! Package! Monroe! Man, like, you can knock the fuck out! Monroe just knocked the world!
Hot boy.
That was incredible!
You just possibly the fastest knockout in the history of mixed martial arts! Bucks. Oh, big elbow from DC! Oh my God, Daniel Cormier just knocked out Stephen Miocic! Stephen Miocic is completely unconscious! The referee is waking him up! Daniel Cormier is the heavyweight champion of the world! Are you fucking kidding me?
MMA with friends, yeah. MMA with friends, we punching with the wind. You gotta understand, we floating like a bee and stinging like Ali. You understand this ring, get knocked out in them things. We undefeated, we the champs of the world. We really taking over, not worried about no girls. And you can understand how it really gotta be. And when we kick that fist in, you gon' really see, huh? Hey, put your heart and your soul in this game. When you step in this ring, don't be a lame. Everybody destined for a clout, man, fame. I don't understand, but we boxing in the rain. Boxing in the rain, knocking in the field. Yeah, I got that Snoop flow, I gotta stay ill. Everybody thinking about everything else, but when we in this ring, you gon' beg for some help. Cause I MMA with friends, we did it all again. We back in this game, we back just to win. We came to take over, got a kick-ass theme song on the way for show. A kick-ass game, and we really got the flow. Yeah, we boxing out. If you understand, then you know just what I'm talking about. And we not tryna lose, tryna really win. MMA with friends, yeah, we did that shit again. And yeah, I'm back like I never left. And I'm back cause I don't need no book off of stuff to tell me where I'm really at. MMA with friends, that's how I act.
Oh my God, Monroe! It's all over! Whoa! Package! Monroe! Man, like, you can knock the fuck out! Monroe just knocked the world!
Hot boy.
That was incredible!
You just possibly the fastest knockout in the history of mixed martial arts!
What's up, Fights with Friends family? WXC 82 up in this biatch. Warrior Wednesday 7. Could they add any more names to this thing? What's going on, Post Reloaded? Damn, it's crowded in here. Well, thank you. Yeah, just 2 people watching. Nobody knows what the hell this thing is. I've never even seen WXC, but I put a poll out, and I said if people want to watch it at 5 o'clock, I'm good on that. Let's watch it at 5 o'clock, and then I couldn't even get home till 5:30. So now I'm 30 minutes late for an event nobody cared about, Pulse Reloaded. Here we go. That's how we do it. But it's all good. It's all good. 2 championship belts on the line tonight, though. And some big news for UFC on ESPN 6. What it is. Greg Brimstone in the house. What's up? You know, some of my favorite times, honestly, on here is when it's just like a few people. I know it's not great for the algorithms and stuff, and it's like, whatever. And it's like, yeah, I do care about that. Don't get me wrong. I care about the algorithms. That's how I get paid. But just some of the coolest times are when there's just a few people up in here, late notice stream, and sometimes I miss those. Sometimes when I've had 1,200 people at a time on a stream, which of course I want that. You know, that's pretty badass. But there's definitely some of those times where I think, man, I just wish it was the hardcores tonight, because this is pretty hard to moderate. 3 people in here. I think I can trust you guys. I think we can pretty much get away with saying whatever we want. I mean, right before we got in here, Pulse Reloaded was saying, you know, guys up in here, but women, when you come in, leave your clothes at the door. I was trying to tell him, man, it's not really appropriate, but there wasn't a whole lot of people watching, so you know, we get away with it, I guess. No. Big news. So those that aren't in here yet, you guys get the big news. You guys get the big news for being randomly here when nobody would expect you to be. If you haven't heard it yet, UFC on ESPN 6. The headline is set. The co-headliner is set. So October 18th, we're looking at 3 weeks from now. You got a main event. You got Chris Weidman making his light heavyweight debut against Dominic Reyes. And I happen to think that they're feeding Chris Weidman to the sharks on that one. I don't know about you guys. But the co-main just came out. These guys are heated right now. This is the most intense rivalry in all of MMA right now. You know what I'm talking about? It's became bigger than the two fighters itself. It's became a country versus country. We had garbage thrown. It's become a U.S. versus Mexico. There's been some things said. Some people have said some things that maybe they would like to take back. But it is what it is. The heat is on. And Yaya Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stephens is going to run this shit back in 3 weeks. This is not even officially announced by the UFC yet, but we got it hot off the presses here at Fights with Friends, because that's how we do this. That's how we do this shit, Greg. That's how we do. What are you guys drinking tonight? What's everybody drinking tonight? I got a new beer to try tonight. I don't know what to tell you about this beer because I'm not sure how good it is. You know, I thought maybe Billy or somebody was texting me, but no. Shark Tank judges baffled when they see this keto product. Lose 51 pounds in 63 days. Get off of my phone. I can't believe the things people text you nowadays. Good, I was hoping they'd do that fight ASAP. Everyone was, man. It was really smart. Calvin Couture versus Zabit Magomed-Sharipov. That was supposed to be the fight that was going on. And, of course, that fight was canceled, rescheduled, actually. It's rescheduled for the next UFC Moscow. Oh, and what is going on? This new box I'm on's telling me to sign in. So, if you guys want to watch along with this is on Fight Pass. For those of you that still have Fight Pass, I think I'm like one of like 15 people that still have Fight Pass. But when I seen there's a Bantamweight Championship of the world on the line, and there's a Welterweight Championship of the world on the line, and the UFC's Farm League at LFA just got temporarily put out of business, I thought, man, these are some guys that we could definitely see making a leap into the UFC. So we should probably cover this. And the biggest reason I'm covering it is because I can. Because I have the time and I love you guys and I wanted to spend the evening with y'all. What's going on, Seven? Not much, man. We're just talking about the hottest rivalry in MMA right now. It is no longer Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. That might be the best fight going on, but it's not even Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier 3 right now, which is rumored to happen before the end of the year, by the way. No, the biggest rivalry in MMA, in the UFC, in country to country, maybe in all of sports right now, U.S. versus Mexico. It is what it is. It's Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stephens, and they're rolling it back 3 weeks from now. And I'm excited. Everybody wants to see that card ASAP. I mean, who does not want to see that card? There is no one. There's no one that doesn't want to see that card. If you guys want to see the entire lineup for this, let me give you a link to the fights that we're going to watch tonight. I'll update it because one of them might have already happened. I'm just doing the main card, but I will give you the link. That way you can see what is coming up, because Fight Pass wasn't nice enough to put all the fights on the front. They never do. Tapology's got our back, though. Very often they have our back. In Boston, too. I want to be there, man. I want to be there in Boston. And I'm going to say, don't take this the wrong way, but obviously, I'm a damn adrenaline junkie. I watch MMA, I watch sports, I scream and commentate about sports. I mean, you guys know what it's all about. I kind of wish that Jeremy Stephens versus Yair Rodriguez was either in Jeremy Stephens' hometown, or that it was in a heavily prominent Hispanic area. Because I kind of want to see some excitement. Oh, and we got a dude in a scary mask making his way down to the cage right now. Oh, shit. Maybe they're doing like, I don't know. Is he fighting already? Chaos, Kalen Williams. Hey, apparently, I don't know if they're skipping 2 fights. I don't know what's going on. But the welterweight co-main event, Caitlin Williams is coming down against Ladarius Jackson right here, right now. And maybe the Bantamweight Championship is off, apparently. There we go. Ladarius Jackson, 27 years old. The man that just goes by Chaos. Chaos Williams, 25 years old. Williams, 6 feet. Jackson, 5'9". They weighed in just under the 170-pound limit. Ladarius Jackson, the record of 6-5-1. Chaos with a record of 6-1. So one might think that maybe they're highlighting the skills of Chaos tonight. I don't know that that's the case, though. Like to see it in Philly. Oh, man, Philly. They booed Santa Claus in Philly. Who boos Santa Claus? All right, guys, what's everybody drinking? Because I got some new shit, because I got tired of the old shit. I'm pumped tonight. I'm having a good time. I'm having a really good fucking day. I got to stop dropping the F-bombs, though, because YouTube has been getting on me, and I'm talking about being suppressed. But here you go. Stone Scorpion Bull IPA. A punch to the stinger. It's by Stone IPA. It is an independent craft certified by the Independent Brewers Association. stonebrewing.com, and this shit is right out of Cali. I see Escondido, California. Cheers, my beautiful friends. Ladarius Jackson, he is a wrestler, a judo black belt. This dude just, he said it in before the interviews. Basically, he was like, I'm just a bad mother. He goes, call my mixed martial arts. He goes, call me mixed bad mother effer arts. We'll go with it, even if he's kind of, you know, borrowing from that BMF belt in the UFC. His corner, in the red corner across from him, the red corner from the mean streets of Detroit, Williams, within Detroit, Michigan, with a professional record of 6-1, Chaos Williams. What's up, MMA or Nada? Grab your Fight Pass. If you got Fight Pass, turn it on quickly, because apparently they're like jumping ahead to the co-main event here. Unless they mix the card, unless they mix the order up. We got the welterweight championship coming up here pretty soon. Thank you. It probably does matter a little bit just because it's on Fight Pass, and those guys are whiny bitches. And I was just going to mention tonight, I need to clean it up a little bit because YouTube just got sued by the FTC, just got fined from the FTC $140 million. But you see, I'm not doing it so far. Round one, here we go. These are fun. These nobody fights. These ones that you don't expect coming. Chaos in the yellow, Jackson in the red and gray. Nice low leg kick there from Jackson. And a flurry from Chaos. Oh, big low leg kick from Chaos, but Ladarius Jackson gets the takedown. Chaos Williams right back up to his feet, though. We'll see if Chaos Williams is, we'll see if he's as chaotic as the comedian Cat Williams, for those that don't know. Known to knock a few people out in a bar fight during his own presentation. Cheers, everyone. And Chaos with knees to the body and a big elbow up top. I got 4:05 left here in the first round. WXC 82 Warrior Wednesday 7. What's up? Oh yeah, live going to local MMA shows. Fights are pretty much just brawls. They're awesome, man. I was upset this last weekend. They had one in Tacoma. They have a decent-sized MMA organization in Tacoma. But I was not going to miss this UFC card, the Mexico City card. I'm glad I didn't. Nice right hand in the clinch there from Chaos. But I would have liked to see the independent too. So I wish they did some more on like Wednesdays or Friday nights. There is a place around here I found out called Charlie's Combat. I think it's just Charlie's Combat. And they have like some real independent shows. Like just at their dojo, but they got a cage. They got real MMA events. And apparently they charge like $5. I mean, if you're in the Seattle area, it's like just like around Everett, just north of Seattle. So I've heard it's like $5 to $10. Oh, big right hand. Maybe close to the back of the head there for Chaos. Oh, Chaos with the ground and pound. He's got the crucifix and he is raining down shots on Ladarius Jackson. Chaos Williams getting his best Cat Williams impression on. We in the club. It's like he's beating somebody down in the corner. That's what this looks like. This looks like what BJ Penn fighting somebody in a bar should look like right now. Big elbows from the top dog, the guy on top here, Chaos Williams. Round 1 here, WXC 82 Warrior Wendy's 7. And Comedic Genius in the house. What is up, my friend? We are watching some good fights. Chaos Williams moves to side control. We got some good friends and hopefully some good beer. What's everybody drinking tonight? I swear I haven't been drinking speed. I'm just having a really good day. Oh, big left hook and a right hand up top from Chaos Williams. Short elbows. Ladarius Jackson looking helpless right now. Oh, and 3 right hands to the body there from Chaos Williams. I know you guys are drinking some beer tonight. What's going on? Get your beer on. Get your drink on. Get your smoke on. Whatever you got going on. And hopefully you're watching this fight. Chaos Williams tries to get the back there. And Ladarius Jackson bucks him off. He's representing America. He's got those USA shorts on. He can't get taken out in the first round. Can't get taken out in the first round representing the US of A. Chaos here, and it's kind of a side control, but it's like he's got the back of Ladarius Jackson from the side. Oh, Ladarius Jackson grabs a leg. And he flips Williams up in the air, but actually flips Williams back up to standing. Now Ladarius Jackson going for the takedown here. Williams getting a couple pops off to the body here. Round 1 winding down here. 20 seconds. Oh, and Ladarius Jackson picks up Chaos Williams. Slams him down here near the end of the round. Chaos Williams did dominate most of this round, but I mean, some of the decisions we get from the mainstream, so-called mainstream MMA refs. Oh, tight guillotine for Chaos here. And it's all over with 2 seconds left. Woo! And the backflip from Chaos Williams puts it on him. Wow, I thought this was over. He sinks in a modified guillotine. Looks like it might have been a Peruvian necktie. And Chaos Williams, there couldn't have been more than 2 seconds left on the clock. And the referee stops it because Ladarius Jackson is out. Here it is. Oh, he is cranking. He is cranking that thing. The ref comes in. He says, this is all over. A dude was like coughing up blood over there in the corner. These are fun. Like I said, these independent MMA things, these things are fun. I hope we do some more of these. Now that I'm going to basically be free every Wednesday as well. They have a lot of the Alaska Fighting Championships on Wednesdays. Did you see that, Greg? That was a crazy choke, man. I thought the other guy was starting to come back too. That was awesome. All right, anybody who wants to see the main event, go to Fight Pass, get yourself a 7-day trial, make another email, you know. Might see that guy in Contender Series one day. That's what I'm thinking, Greg Brimstone. And like I was saying earlier, the LFA, they don't have a home right now. Legacy Fighting Alliance, they just got cut from AXS TV in a merger, and WXC could jump in as the new farm league for the UFC. They're already on Fight Pass, and if you don't have a good reason yet to take that 7-day Fight Pass trial, I'll tell you, they have a beautiful ring girl, blonde ring girl. Looks like she's kind of frozen. She might be on something. I don't know. She's hot. She's got big boobs. You guys know you want to see her. Well, thank you. What's up, Chris Jackson? I'm just laid back and inappropriate tonight because that's just what I'm feeling. I don't know. I got some beer. It is a spur of the moment stream. Craig says, sold. Yeah, there you go. Get it. Get it, get it. She is cute. That's a cute blonde, man. I wish I could show the screen, Gabe. And I really should be able to, because it would be advertisement. It'd be advertisement for Fight Pass. Nobody's really watching this. A lot of people don't really have Fight Pass anymore right now. So if I could show this, it would be helping Fight Pass out. But they would turn me into YouTube. I would get a strike against me. Probably a 90-day streaming suspension. And it is what it is. Who wins, Porter versus Spence? Oh, I got Spence. Errol Spence Jr., I believe, is the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Or boxer, at least. Chris Jackson. 7, double alpha brain. Oh, I am psyched today. I am psyched. Maybe I took my alpha brain and forgot and took another one. Now, some days I do take 2. But if you guys want that alpha brain, if you want to have that spark, have your brain on fire like I do right now, make sure and get that alpha brain. Unfortunately, my daughter just got sick. She didn't take the Shroom Tech Immune like I told her to. She never takes anything until she gets sick. She waits until she gets sick. Don't wait until you get sick, guys. Flu season is coming. And I don't play that shit. Who wants the flu? Nobody wants the flu. And I don't want to get no flu shots, none of that crap. Go to onnit.com. Get your 10% discount from Fights with Friends. Make sure you have your Shroom Tech Immune. Get your Alpha Brain. So your brain is on point. Your brain is on lock. You don't need to be doing shit without your brain at 100%. Firing on every gear. Why would you do anything not being at the absolute optimal level that's important, right? Who wins, Alex versus Max? I got Max Holloway all day. I don't think anybody at 145 pounds is beating Max Holloway. Let's talk a little bit of MMA news in between fights here, though. And these guys have got some cute ring girls. I mean, it's worth it just to check it out. I'm not even kidding here. I know I'm being kind of silly, but yeah, they got some cute ring girls. Especially that blonde chick. She's that, like, kind of cute, like she's hanging out at the bar, like not the supermodel, but just like big boobs. She's got, I'm going to get myself in a lot of trouble here. Who you got, Silverback or the other guy? Or the other guy? I like it. This is a Anthony Ivy, Willis Black. Willis Black back to defend his 170-pound welterweight championship. The WXC welterweight championship is on the line right now. Anthony Ivy versus Willis Black here on Fights with Friends. I got Willis Black the champion, but it could go either way. And I got Max Holloway at 145. I was going to talk some featherweight news. It's going to have to come back, though, because these guys are coming down right away. And then, if you guys want to stick around, we need to talk a shitload of MMA, because there's a lot that happened just since I streamed yesterday. I'm not sure which one of those blondes I like more. I think one's like a 7, one's like an 8, but they're like that 10-ish 8. They're like that, you know, they're like that. They're not that girl you see on Instagram with all the, you know, added shit. You know it's not real. They're real. Like, for those single guys out there, they're real. Like, you could picture buying her a beer and she's going to look like she did in her picture online. Oh, out of Brazilian top team, Texas. Competition team making his way to the cage right now. This dude looks focused. Both these guys are 7-2. Like I said, for the WXC welterweight championship of the world, and possibly a spot in next year's Dana White Contender Series. You know Dana's watching tonight. I think we're definitely watching some future stars tonight. in our last fight, Kalen Chaos Williams moved to 7-1. Had an impressive guillotine choke submission with like 2 seconds left at the end of the 3rd round. That guy, we could definitely see him in Dana White Contender Series. These guys fighting for the welterweight championship, they're putting it all on the line. You know Dana's watching this. I imagine he's probably tweeting about it right now.
Last opponent 8-1 prior to that. The opponent was 6-1, 5-3. So not taking on light competition, and Willis Black is no different. These guys rarely get out of the 1st or 2nd round. Yeah, both these guys are straight up finish fights.
Let's go, Willis. And is Colby still the interim champ? I don't think that Colby's officially been the interim champ for a long time. But Dana White never pulls it off of him because I think it's just too good to... I think it's too good for business. He's got the Trump thing going on. He's got all these things going on. And Legacy Fighting Alliance just announced today that they are in negotiations with several organizations. The CEO, Ed Soros, said they are postponing LFA 77 and 78. I think that's the next 78 and 79, excuse me, which are in Colorado and California. They'll be postponed to a later date. He said those dates will be released in conjunction with the announcement of an exciting new broadcasting deal. So my prediction is they're either going to Fight Pass or they're going to ESPN+. Anthony Ivy, 29 years old. Willis Black, 25. Ivy, 3 inches taller at 6'2". Both weighed in right around the welterweight limit of 170. Both with records of 7-2. And this is, like I said, this is the 82nd event in the history of WXC. For those of you that are just hearing of them, I'm not surprised, mothers, because I heard of them not so long ago either. But yeah, we got some other news. We got news on TJ Dillashaw coming out. We're going to talk about TJ Dillashaw after this. We're going to talk about OSP versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. We're going to talk about Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier and how the negotiations for that are going along. Big update in that today. Former Dana White Contender Series contestant Alonzo Menefield has a fight signed. Conor McGregor versus Frankie Edgar is very likely in the works. Like I said, there is a lot going on right now, and this commentator's pretty pumped. I like that suit. For those of you guys that are watching, the black and the purple and the silver. Seven says, I got Ivy. We should put some money on this. Now, we need to put together one of those pools like on PayPal, where everybody puts money in and the winner gets all the money. Anthony from San Antonio, Texas. 7-2 is a mixed martial artist. He is the challenger out of the blue corner. Anthony Poison Ivy. Okay, apparently his last name's Aquaman, but I changed his last name because if your last name's Ivy, why are you making your middle name Aquaman? Let me help you out, man. If your last name was Man, maybe I could see you as an Aqua, but come on. The Silverback from the mean streets of Detroit, Michigan. He is 7-2 as a mixed martial artist. He is the reigning, defending WXC welterweight champion. He is Willis the Silverback Black. All right, if you guys haven't bashed that like button into oblivion right now, hit that for me. It really does help out. I know it's just the hardcores in here, so I know you guys are good for it. If you haven't got it yet, I knew you were going to get it eventually. That brunette is not bad looking either. Where are these pulling these ring girls from? If that's like a local strip club or something, you know, you guys might want to check that out for the single dudes. You ever in this area in Detroit. And here we go. 5 rounds for the welterweight championship. There we go. Willis in the black. The silverback in the black. So that's not going to help you out. Whoa, both guys go for head kick attempts right out of the gate. On Willis with the big shot. Power double leg gets the takedown. Gets caught a couple times coming in too. I need a curly hipster mustache, huh? I thought I'd shave my head and go with the Breaking Bad look. What do you think, comedic? And Ivy now on top in the half guard. I said Willis with the double leg earlier, but they didn't show the names up there. Both guys were black with black shorts, so I'm going to be honest, I just guessed. Ivy gets the double leg takedown, and he is on top, raining down the ground and pound. Of course, I might get the FBI knocking on my door there, comedic. And Willis pops to his feet, tries to crank on a guillotine here. Ivy continued to shoot for that takedown and takes Willis down again. Ivy says, I'm from Detroit too, mother, and I'm coming here to jack your belt and take it home. We're taking it back to 8 Mile. And Willis standing back up against the cage. Breaks free, lands a big knee to the body. That might have hurt Ivy. Combination of the body from Willis. From Ivy Willis with a big right hook. Willis is a free man right now, and he is throwing bombs. Right uppercut, left hook, big flurry. Oh, big right uppercut. Big shots here from Willis. Yeah, Willis Black looking to put the smack down on Poison Ivy. And for those who weren't watching, I renamed Ivy, by the way. He's got to use Poison because I said, big right hands. Wow, Willis Black throwing those right hands like a jackhammer. Knees to the body. You could tell he wanted to do the knee to the head. Ivy's got a leg down, though. Big right hooks and uppercuts here from Willis. Ivy up for a minute. Oh, and Willis just takes the back standing. Oh, and Ivy transitions back. Big knee to the head. Right uppercuts from Ivy. Ivy landing bombs, goes for the head kick, and we have a welterweight war right here. Big left hook and right hand there from the champion Willis, and Ivy gets another takedown. What a great first round, this welterweight championship. You're telling me, comedic genius. Those guys aren't very nice, though. They didn't exactly knock. And Ivy, oh, big right hand on the ground, and Ivy's got the back. He's putting hooks in. Ivy, he's trying to take that welterweight championship from the silverback and take it back up 8 Mile, take it over to his home. He's going to jack that belt. Trying to grab wrist control, trying to get in the RNC here. He's got the hooks in. Does Ivy? He needs to pound the head of the black back, the silverback here, excuse me, silverback Black. Needs to pound his head in a little bit to get that choke underneath. Maybe come up with an arm bar, but it's kind of a weird angle here, trying to figure out where he needs to go to get this under. He's trying to get the left hand under. He's running out of time. Hammer fist, big shots here from Poison Ivy. Looking to take Willis out. Rolls him over with the hooks. Oh, now he's going to get on top. He's got on top. He's got the back looking for an arm. Oh, and now it transitions, and big shots now from Poison Ivy. He's just raining down the ground and pound. Now he goes for the choke again. The round is over, but he probably could have finished that with strikes if he had attempted. If he had just kept throwing those strikes, I think he had it. All right, just 7 thumbs up, guys. I know you can do better than that. Hit that thumbs up button, please. Help me move those YouTube numbers up. Let's move that algorithm up and head into round 2 of this welterweight championship. Warrior Wednesday. I think we might do another one of these things because this has been high-flying action. And we got round 2, like I said, coming up. And here we go, round 2 for the welterweight championship. Both guys made attempts to finish that fight last round. Willis was close there at the end. Head kick from Ivy to start this second round. And there Ivy shoots. I mean, he's leaving himself very open on those double legs. I mean, he's walking the ring. He's walking the cage. Oh, and he picks Willis up to the center of the cage, slams him on his back, Quentin Rampage style, and lands right into side control. Let's see if he might not go for a head and arm choke here. Or he could transition into an arm bar. He's got some options here. Oh, Jesus, comedic. Oh, and Willis gets back up. Willis gets back up, and he slams Ivy down now. And he's dropping hammer fists on the challenger. He does not want to get that championship up. North-south control here for the champion. Landing some big shots on Poison Ivy. On top, lean. Oh, he's going to be careful with that head. Pushing that head into the face there of Poison Ivy, and Ivy pushes back with a hand to the face. But Willis looking to get the back here. Poison Ivy shocks him off. Great hip throw transition on the ground, and Ivy crawling on the cage here. Crawls back though. Willis going for those big left hands. Ivy grabbing wrist control though, and Willis looking to set up a submission. If he can move to his left just a little bit, I was going to say he can land a knee to the body, but Ivy stands right back up, lands a big knee to the head, and a right elbow. Short right elbow, knee to the head, right uppercut. Knee to the body for Ivy. Big right hand from Ivy. Wow. Combinations from the challenger. Picks up the champion, slams him down to the cage, and the challenger, Poison Ivy, taking over here in the second round at WXC 82, Warrior Wednesday 7 on Fights with Friends. And there he goes to the head and to the body with the ground and pound as the challenger, Poison Ivy. And Ivy might be getting tired here, though. Even though Willis has gotten popped a few times, he looks like he might be the fresher guy. Ivy gets the mount, though, and now he rolls around to the back. The champion in a world of hurt here. Ivy's got the back with hooks in. Landing some big shots here. And Ivy just dominating this second round. Oh, and he's lands 3 big right hands on the side of the head of a champion Willis. And he is just riding him like a horsey right now. Making him expend all that energy. More big right hands, hammer fists, and hooks to the side of the head from the challenger Ivy. What's going on? Mo Scream TV in the house. We're looking to do some shows here soon. Big hammer fist, big right hands here from Poison Ivy. He might be about to take that championship strap from the backstrap Willis and take it back to 8 Mile here in Detroit. And he's going for an armbar. Oh, and Willis transitions and he rolls him. Great transition from the champion. He lands a hammer fist, and now he's in side control. This has been a back and forth welterweight championship battle here at WXC 82. And Mo Scream, I think they could be looking at some Dana White Contender Series fighters tonight. Going to see if you want to come on my channel, break down this Copenhagen card tomorrow, fight by fight. Oh, big shots. Here from the champion. Yeah, if I'm home in time, I want to try to do that, man. I think that's a great idea. All right, 2 rounds through. 13 watching. Thank you guys. I know this was a spur of the moment stream, but 13 of you guys watching, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, please. Help me on the algorithms. And I'll help you in the long run, hopefully by streaming more and more. And we can all hang out more. Me and Mo Scream TV, we got an idea for a new show cooking. Yeah, this is a welterweight championship fight, and it's a battle, man. It's an absolute battle, and there's the whistle. And I've learned you never know when they blow that whistle how many seconds are left depending on the organization. I'm trying to start the time clock here, but might end up being off. So oops. All right, I will. Well, I was kind of working on it as we were talking, Mo Scream TV. I was kind of throwing a little bit more out to you, but hopefully you like the whole idea that I put out there. Nice right hand there from the champion. Left hook misses, but the challenger, Poison Ivy, coming out strong again. Right hook to the body, right hand up top. And we'll talk about our new show idea here in a minute. Poison Ivy shooting for the takedown. Great takedown defense right now from the champion, Willis. And both of these guys have a lot of energy still for the 3rd round. You can tell. It looks like they're ready to go 5 rounds. Oh, I got busy, man. I ran into an old friend. I went out and got a haircut, as you see. Went out and ran into an old friend for lunch. Big right hands from the top. Here from the challenger, Poison Ivy. Getting back to work, grinding. Keep putting out positive comment. All right, man. So the deal, hang out for just a second, Mo Scream TV. I'll let everybody know. The deal is we're looking to do a 5-round or it would be an MMA breakdown. Some of these Tuesdays, 5 rounds, and we have subjects, and we go against each other. And you guys decide who wins the argument. Poison Ivy raining down the ground and pound, about to end this fight. But looks like we're looking at calling it the verbal jab with Mike and Mo. And I think it would be great. I think it would be really awesome that you guys could vote who won the round. I've seen Pardon the Interruption, like where they go back and forth and they decide, the people there at ESPN decide who won the argument. I think it'd be very cool if you guys could vote, like on Twitter, as it's going on, and decide who won the argument in each shot. Big shots from Poison Ivy. He's just dominating the champion. Oh, knee to the head. That was illegal. So they're going to stop this for a second. Ivy might have been about to win this fight, but he lands an illegal knee to the head of Willis, and that's going to stop the fight temporarily. And we'll see if Willis is able to go on. He was out of it. He was pretty close to out of it before that knee to the head. He's going to definitely benefit from a stand-up, though. Also, at the end of each show, if you smash like, you can come in and drop a question and get a shout-out for being part of the team. Absolutely. Yeah, that sucks, Greg. Just bad judgment. Bad judgment on the part of the challenger there with that knee to the head. I'm gonna be confident, though. I'm going to say Willis keeps going. He seems like a tough dude. I don't think he wants to win like this. He's got 5 minutes to recover. Give him that whole 5 minutes. Just treat it like a low blow. And all the referees really need to start doing this. Whether it's a low blow, whether it's an illegal 12-6 elbow, a knee to the head of a down opponent, or an eye poke or scratch, give the fouled fighter 5 minutes to recover, so hopefully we can see that fight finish. Help you promote whatever it is you're doing if you help us grow by like. Exactly, Mo Scream. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. So I say that's what we do tomorrow for Thursday. What do Francis Magumbo, Stipe, and Khabib all have in common? They all have the immigrant mentality. Yes, they do. And man, Willis, they're taking a minute to look at Willis here. This would be horrible for Poison Ivy. Looked like he was about to take the championship away, possibly from Willis. And wow, and they're going to show the replay on this, and a familiar face, I think that's a familiar face, in the corner of Willis. Is that Edmund Tarvyakian, the former striking coach of Ronda Rousey? I can't pronounce his name. I'm not sure if that's him or not. It kind of looks like him. There from the side. That guy's a horrible coach. If that's the case. Oh, he's trying to talk his fighter into going here, I think. They're bringing the referee in. They're consulting, trying to tell him what's going to happen. Maybe if the fight can't go on. And back and forth, competitive fight for this championship. It would be horrible to have this fight stopped. Doctor coming in now, the neurological specialist. That's not a good sign. Here to look at Willis, and Willis sitting down again here in the corner. I'm not sure he wants to go on. Oh, there it is. Blatant knee to the face of Willis, and he might have been going out besides that, but That was definitely the end of it, though.
of the damage done by his opponent up to this point. But I'm not sure that matters in this case. Like I said, if we were stopped for, well, we haven't been told officially, but we got 30 seconds.
It's got 30 seconds left on that 5-minute clock. I don't know that this fight's going to go on. I sure hope it does. The neurological specialist talking to Willis. They're trying to get Willis up, saying, come on, man, you can go. And I think we're going to go on. They've talked Willis into going on. He didn't look real happy about going on. They're going to take 1 point away from the challenger, Poison Ivy. And this welterweight championship match is going on. And here we go. 2.5 minutes left in the third round. I had to stop the fight clock because they stopped the fight, of course. Right hand there from Ivy. Willis does not look solid on his feet. Nice right hook and a left hand there from Ivy, but Willis lands a right hook. And that time off could not have hurt Willis. It came at a good time. Oh, big knees to the head there from Ivy, the 1-2. Or, excuse me, from Willis. And those are the legal ones. Ivy going for the takedown here. Willis trying to sink in a guillotine. He's got nothing there, though. Ivy on top now. Raining down the ground and pound. Huge combination for Ivy. It's about 12, 14 shots. And the referee looking on. Willis not defending himself. The referee giving Willis every chance in the world right now to continue fighting. His judgment may be clouded by the fact that he decided to go on after taking the legal blow. And Ivy continuing to rain down shots. 4 or 5. Bam. Hammer fists. Right hands. 1:20 left in the third round. Ivy's got a lot of time to continue to punish Willis. And Willis doesn't seem able to get out of this position. Big right hands and hammer fists from Poison Ivy. A big elbow. Oh, big combinations here from Ivy. And the referee to Willis says, you got to defend yourself. I'm going to stop it. And he finally bucks up. And it looks like he might have... Oh, I thought he gave his neck up for a moment. Able to pry Ivy's hand off, though. Ivy's got the back. He's got hooks in. 50 seconds left here in the third round. 45 seconds left here in the third. And Willis blocking this ground and pound now. Ivy still got hooks in, but Willis is kind of sitting his butt up against the side of the fence here. Ivy trying to stretch him back out. Ivy goes for the armbar, and Willis bucks him, and Willis behind now. And Willis has got the back. And Ivy pops back up. Willis going for the takedown now. Power doubles got Ivy up in the air. Ivy grabbed a hold of the fence for a second. Oh, he's had a couple fouls tonight. Willis gets the takedown anyways. And I think that's going to end up being a 9-9 round because I think Ivy won the round. Oh, and Willis very close to pulling off a guillotine submission there at the bell. 3 rounds through this welterweight championship bout. Remember Ronda's mom putting out a video on how bad Edmund Tavarian was. She said she was going to end up getting her knocked out, and sure enough. Yeah, he was a horrible coach, man. Horrible striking coach, just horrible coach all around. Yeah, she's like, I don't like that guy. It caused tremendous strife between Ronda Rousey and her mom, and I haven't seen her mom really on anything for a while. I'm not sure that they ever got past that. I hope you would like to think that they did. I really like Ronda's mom. She is very respected in the judo world, an absolute legend. And you know, I haven't met Ronda, but I've met her mom at judo tournaments. She's very helpful. She would volunteer for anything when she shows up at those things. And I hope that relationship got put back together. Here we go. Round 5. I kept on saying 3 rounds through. Apparently it's 4 rounds through. This is the championship round right here. Poison Ivy and Willis, the silverback black. Oh, big right hand there from Poison Ivy and a right uppercut from Willis. Willis might be hurt again here, though. Oh, left hook there from Willis, though. Willis doesn't seem to have the best legs underneath him, but he's able to take Ivy down here, but he pulls Ivy on top of him, actually. And this is a strange spot here, but Ivy on top here. He's got a leg. He might go for a leg bar here. 4 minutes left in the 5th and final round of this championship bout here at WXC 82. Yeah, he's going for a leg bar here. Is Poison Ivy, and Willis is trying to transition over, and Ivy flips over, gets the mount, and now Willis gives him his back again. And here we are, similar situation in the last round. Big right hands, big hammer fists from Poison Ivy, and if Willis doesn't pop up right up, they're going to have to stop this. He has taken so much damage to the head tonight. There's about 10 more shots from Ivy and the hammer fists, and I know the referee maybe feels a little bad that Willis was talked into going on after taking the illegal knee, but I think they need to stop this fight. Willis he's just taken so much punishment to the head here from Ivy, and Ivy continues to batter on the head of Willis here. There's 4 more, 5, 6, 7 left hooks, and now he switches back to the right. Now he's playing the drums on the head of Willis, and this referee, I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Big hammer fists here from Poison Ivy, and even the commentators are saying this is unnecessary. And it's all over. There is the stoppage, and WXC has a new welterweight champion, Anthony Poison Ivy. And while one of those guys might definitely be headed to the UFC, as well as one of the fighters from the co-main, those guys could just as easily redo this one, because this was pretty controversial. Wow, referee just giving Willis Black all the time in the world, and probably way more than he should have. It was a war, Greg. It was a very good fight. I wish I could have shown it. If it was one of these lower organizations, kind of minor league organizations, like on their Facebook page or on their website, I would put it up. But with UFC Fight Pass, I know they'd ding me. All right, Anthony Aquaman Ivy. I highly recommend he change his nickname to Anthony Poison Ivy, but I guess that's up to him. And he's going to get the belt. Like I said, come in here and steals the belt, taking it back up to 8 Mile here in Detroit at WXC 82, a new welterweight champion. And let's talk some UFC, some MMA, things going on in the world of MMA right now. Like I said earlier, Yair Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stephens, the rematch, that is on. It is not officially announced by the UFC, but both guys have agreed. I know Dana White is in for the fight. That's going to happen on UFC on ESPN 6 on the same card as Chris Weidman versus Dominic Reyes. Chris Weidman making his light heavyweight championship debut. Wow. Incredible fight here, though. More than I anticipated in that championship bout. That was very good, and Ivy going into the backyard of the champion too here in Detroit. Going into Detroit, champion's hometown, and he gets it done in the 5th round. Puts that gold around the waist. But Yair Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stephens, there's probably more bad blood between those guys than anybody in MMA right now, and definitely not the way it started out. Not at all new news. I said I was going to give you an update on the Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier fight. UFC champ Stipe Miocic likely out for the remainder of 2019 due to eye injuries. So this via SureDog, if Daniel Cormier does indeed get his desired trilogy with Stipe Miocic, it isn't likely the bout will take place at UFC 245 in December. Miocic's agent told ESPN.com on Wednesday, that's today, that the heavyweight champion is highly unlikely to fight again in 2019 after suffering an eye injury during his bout with Cormier at UFC 241 in August. The injury occurred when Cormier accidentally poked his opponent in the eye during their rematch 54 times. No, a lot of times though. So to ESPN.com, his agent said Mr. Miocic sustained a major retina injury from multiple eye pokes during his bout at UFC 241. Why is no one addressing this? I mean, I've been a big Daniel Cormier fan as well as a Stipe Miocic fan for quite a while, but why is no one addressing the fact that we've had 2 fights in a row and Daniel Cormier cannot keep his fingers out of Stipe Miocic's eyes? And very surprisingly, not even Stipe Miocic is addressing it. And I realize that, like, he's kind of being professional, I guess. Maybe he's being the tough guy. I don't agree with this at this point. I think he should say something. Because DC still lost. But he won the first fight. And he threw a lot of eye pokes. But, I mean, you're talking about possible permanent retina damage that you could do with these eye pokes. So Jim Walter, Miocic's agent, said our client's health and safety is our top priority. We're excited for him to return to action when he is healthy to compete in his 7th consecutive world title fight. After losing the heavyweight crown to Cormier via first-round knockout at UFC 226, the Ohio native, of course, reclaimed the crown with a 4th-round stoppage of DC on August 17th in Anaheim, California. That sucks that he would be injured. Dana White is on board. Miocic says, I'll be ready to fight when I can see out of both eyes again. That was in a statement to ESPN. He said, I can't wait to defend my belt. Yeah, he still lost, but I think that they should have at least addressed it. There should have been some points taken away during the fight. Not happy with what happened there. Oh, and they're showing the previews right now for Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. That's coming up on October 5th. That's just a few weeks away. That's sneaking up on us. We're 2 weeks away from Israel Adesanya challenging Robert Whittaker for the middleweight championship. Obviously, a very big fight. And then this weekend, remember Saturday from Copenhagen, you got Jack Hermanson versus Jared Cannonier. That is the main event in Copenhagen. Unfortunately, I'll have a hard time doing that one because it's going to start, the main card starts at 11 a.m. my time. I don't think I'll be off of work by then, but 2 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you guys catch that. But what we can cover on Saturday is, I'm going to bring up on the screen right now a card I am very excited about. Saturday night fights on Bellator. I believe on Paramount and DAZN this time. So yes, here we go. I'm going to bring it up here in the corner. I said Patricio Pitbull takes on Juan Archuleta for the featherweight World Grand Prix opening round. It is for the world title. Patricio Pitbull defending his championship for every fight of this tournament. AJ McKee, the undefeated prospect at featherweight, 14-0, takes on tough Georgi Karakian, I think. Daniel Weichel returns against Saul Rogers. Daniel Weichel, if you guys don't remember him at featherweight, this is a tournament first round bout. He's got 50 fights to his credit. Saul Rogers at 13-2, just 15 fights. Also a featherweight tournament first round bout. Former champion Darian Caldwell taking on Henry Corrales. That should be an incredible battle. And then the co-main event at middleweight, two former UFC badasses getting it on in the Bellator cage. From the Netherlands, Gegard Mousasi. From Brazil, the Dragon, Lyoto Machida. Should be a incredible main event. I'm really looking forward to that one. I hope you guys are as well. What's going on? Diego Velasquez in the house. We just witnessed WXC 82, a brand new welterweight champion. Congratulations to Anthony Aquaman Ivy. I say he should change his nickname to Anthony Poison Ivy. I might reach out to him, get him on the show, and see if we can talk him into that. But Warrior Extreme Cage Fighting on Fight Pass, he takes the championship away from Willis Black. There's most likely going to be a rematch on that, some controversy. Anthony Ivy landed a legal knee to the head of Willis Black, the champion, in the fourth round. Willis Black was given 5 minutes to recover. Kind of looked like maybe he was coaxed into going back out. I'm not sure how excited he was to go out and fight again, but he did end up going back out and fighting. What's up, Nigel Leota in the house? I know you're going to like this. Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens are turning it right back around in just 3 weeks. On UFC on ESPN 6, they're going to be the co-main event on Chris Weidman versus Dominic Reyes. Chris Weidman's debut at light heavyweight. So maybe the biggest feud in all of MMA going on right now between Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens. Most of you have probably seen by now all the altercation, or at least heard us talk about the altercation at the hotel room between Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens. Yair approaching Jeremy Stevens, telling him, "You're going to regret this for the rest of your life. You walked out like a coward," and just a lot of other very inappropriate remarks. In my mind, I really like them both too, Nigel, and there's a lot of weird conversations coming out of this, especially if you go on Twitter, you go on social media. A lot of people are saying Jeremy Stevens faked the eye injury, which is absolutely ludicrous in my mind. He spent $30,000 of his own money to train in Big Bear with Tony Ferguson for that fight. I don't see any chance in hell that he did that. Then you got people saying Yair Rodriguez scratched the cornea of Jeremy Stevens, that eye poke was purposeful just 15 minutes into the fight. I see no evidence of that either. Yair Rodriguez has no history of being a dirty fighter in the past, so I don't condone either one of those statements. But it is creating a lot of bad blood. I also don't condone Yair Rodriguez approaching Jeremy Stephens, though, and, you know, talking smack, saying, you know, you're going to regret this. He said that he had a fight where he couldn't open his eye and he couldn't see. And he said that he just lied and said that he could see. Like Jeremy Stephens should have done that. You could see they were trying to pry Jeremy Stephens' eye open, and they just couldn't do it. I think it's crazy to think Jeremy faked it or Yair did it on purpose. Yeah, I agree. Oh, big fan of Reyes and Weidman. That's going to be an incredible fight, man. And I like both of those guys. I kind of feel like Weidman might be towards the twilight of his career, but maybe he gets a resurgence of light heavyweight. If he knocks off Dominic Reyes, Chris Weidman is right in the hunt for a shot at the championship. I think Chris Weidman, if he beats Dominic Reyes, he is one fight away from fighting John Jones. Guaranteed. And if somehow he were able to pull it off, when they write the MMA history books, you're going to have Chris Weidman. You would, of course, this is a big if. You would have Chris Weidman beating Anderson Silva and John Jones, both arguably in their prime or very close to. His legacy completely changes from where it is right now. What's going on, Grassy Tiger? Who has the best striking technique? Best striking technique in MMA. That's pretty subjective. I guess if you're looking at heavyweight, I mean, I guess it's not technique, but Francis has got the most power. Man, if he touches you, it's lights out. Israel Adesanya's got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of speed. He throws a lot of things at you very quickly. Nate Diaz is a very good boxer with a lot of accuracy. Yeah, it's very subjective. Who is a clean striker? Definitely Nate Diaz. Conor McGregor, who, for those that didn't see, Aljamain Sterling and Frankie Edgar, they were working on that fight, and that fight, before it's signed, it is called off. Aljamain Sterling had to undergo surgery for a wrist injury, and the New York State Athletic Commission will not clear him. They said they definitely will not let him fight that quickly. The rumored bout had not been officially confirmed by the UFC, but Aljamain Sterling said he'd been dealing with that wrist for 2 years. It was weakening and affecting his grip, his strength. And Frankie Edgar says he definitely is looking for an opponent, a new opponent for UFC 244. Conor McGregor's manager says he definitely wants Conor's next opponent to be Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar has said he wants to fight Conor McGregor before he retires. Conor McGregor says he wants to fight Frankie Edgar. If Conor's healthy, that might be a done deal in November. We might finally get Conor McGregor in there. Zabit Magomedsharipov and Calvin Kattar, they're going to do it again at UFC Moscow. So same opponent, different date. And I'll get you the date here. I just had it up. I was just looking at it here in a minute. November 9th. So not very far in the future. They just bumped up like a week. Maybe they just wanted that in Moscow. I makes me kind of wonder if anybody was really injured or not. It was supposed to be on October 18th on UFC on ESPN 6. It was canceled from that one. Yair Rodriguez, Jeremy Stephens, the rematch, jumps right into that card easily. And then November 9th, Fight Night 163 in Moscow, Zabit Magomed Sharapov will take on Calvin Couture. And I got to look at UFC Fight Night 163. To be honest, and see what else is. That's right, Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos takes on Alexander Volkov. That is in Moscow. Magomed Ankalaev versus Dalcha Lungambula. Shamil Gamzatov versus Klidson Farias de Abreu. Ed Herman returns against Gadziramud and Tugalov. I know some of these names are hard to pronounce, but these really are some big names over in Russian MMA. Davey Grant comes back at bantamweight against Gregory Popov. And now Zabit Magomed versus Calvin Couture being thrown in on that mix. That is going to be basically, that's like a almost a pay-per-view caliber card in Moscow that's going to be on ESPN Plus now. So fans definitely win for that one. I remember that Silva fight. Nobody thought Weidman would pull it off. I didn't either. I wish Luke Rockhold would have stopped getting KO'd. Yeah, his chin just went to hell, man. Hell yeah, I like Scano. Hope he wins that one. And Ed Herman. Yeah, Ed Herman's such a nice guy. Really nice guy. Helps a lot of these up-and-coming MMA fighters at his gym. Helps them with training. I know personally he's helped a lot of them financially. I don't want to throw fighters' names out there, but I know fighters that Ed Herman there in the Portland area has helped out of his own pocket. Yeah, really good guy. Stoked to see Zabit Cherry Pop Magomed Sharapov fight again. Calvin Couture's no joke though, man. That's going to be a good one. And like I said, I cannot wait to see Yaya Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stephens. I'm even more pumped for that fight now. It's not even going to be on pay-per-view. It's on ESPN. So that is awesome as well. And then this Saturday, like I said, the Dragon, Lyoto Machida, takes on Gegard Mousasi. The Pitbull, Patricio Pitbull takes on Juan Archuleta for the Featherweight Championship over there on Bellator. Opening round of the Featherweight tournament for $1 million and the championship belt and whatever purses they got on top of that over there in Bellator. And we are getting very close. Y'all might have forgot, but I did not. PFL playoffs are coming back soon. Very soon. So PFL returns October 11th. Friday this time. Friday, October 11th, 5 p.m. Pacific. Then the next round will be Thursday, October 17th, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then the final round of the playoffs before the finals will be Halloween, October 31st, starting at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's a little early, but I guess maybe they're trying to get people before they go out for all their Halloween festivities. I'm not going out and doing any Halloween festivities. I got to work in the morning, but I'll definitely be covering PFL. Also looking forward to Jared Childish Gambino Canyoneer. He'll get a title shot eventually. That dude is an animal. He's a beast. He's got power. He's got accurate hands. He's got skill. He definitely, if he keeps going the way he's going, yeah, he's headed towards a title shot, I think. 1 century will be the most epic. Go Team LeKay. Yeah, Demetrius Johnson's next ONE FC shot is coming up. And a lot of people are thinking he's going to get upset. I mean, a lot of people in the know in MMA are saying Demetrius Johnson. They're actually saying Demetrius Johnson should not be favored in this fight. That he should be the underdog. I don't know enough about that guy to be able to say that, but one fantasy in 16 days and 22 hours. Oh, is that actually going to be at like 4 p.m.? That's actually going to be at a decent time. Oh, 2 parts. So Sunday, October 13th at 9 a.m. will be 1 Century Part 1, and then at 5 p.m. Pacific, Sunday, October the 13th, 1 Century Part 2. Brandon Vera with double titles on the line. Another double champion with titles on the line. 5 championships on the second part that evening. On the line, the women's champion and Demetrius Johnson and Eddie Alvarez fighting on the early card at 9 a.m. on Sunday. That sounds like work doesn't need me that day. That sounds like maybe I'm feeling a little ill in advance. Y'all should get on the One Championship fantasy game. Yeah, I haven't got in on it. I might have to check it out, Nigel. It's been so hard because they've been at strange times, and I haven't been able to cover them. But with Demetrius Johnson, Eddie Alvarez, Brandon Vera, all the guys that are fighting this next week, let's pull that up. I'm going to pull that up. And then if you guys want to, you guys let me know. We'll pull up PFL and we'll talk about what's coming in the playoffs on PFL here in just a couple weeks. What, 2 weeks from Friday? PFL playoffs comes back. All right. Oh, so One Martial Arts. Oh, that's a fan fest. That's something going on with them, kind of like the UFC. Why can't I think of what they call it? Oh, they have an event on October 5th as well. One Warrior Seasons. Oh, that's their that's like their Dana White Contender Series version though. So let's jump into Century, which is what's coming up in 1FC, because their names we recognize. It's Demetrius Johnson, Eddie Alvarez, and a lot of other familiar fighters. 9 watching right now. Anybody who hasn't hit the thumbs up button, I know you guys are good for it. You're going to do it eventually, but please make sure, don't forget before you leave. It's easy to forget. Make sure and hit that thumbs up button so the algorithm reads it and gives me credit for you being here and hopefully promotes us. So here we go. This is going to be live on the app. You guys will be able to watch this for free, I believe, on the app. This has been the case in all these fights so far. The Women's Atomweight World Championship is on the line. This is a champion versus championship match. Lee versus Xiong. Angela Lee versus Zhang Jin Nan. Singapore versus China. But check this out. This is action. Eddie Alvarez moves on in the tournament against Saigid Gusian Arslanliv. I know I butchered that name. I did my best, though. From Turkey. Janet Todd, I can say that. That's an atomweight Muay Thai fight. And some of these Muay Thai fights they have with the big gloves, some of them they have with the 4-ounce gloves. I wish they would just do all 4-ounce gloves, but I like that they throw Muay Thai bouts in the middle of MMA events. That Eddie Alvarez one, by the way, is the Lightweight World Grand Prix Championship final. So whoever wins that will be the official 1FC Lightweight champion. Then the Atomweight Muay Thai Belt Championship, like I'm saying. Then Demetrius Johnson takes on Danny Kingad of the Philippines. That is for the Flyweight World Grand Prix Championship. That's the final there. So 2 belts on the line at that point. Then at Atomweight, you have champion versus champion Angela Lee versus Zhang Jing Nan. That's 2 belts in just that one fight. So that's 4 championships on the line in that event. That's at 9 o'clock in the morning. That Sunday, October 13th, 9 a.m. Pacific. 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and then at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the second half of a doubleheader here. And they just got belts going up all over the place in this thing. I guarantee you, they only have a regular amount of belts. It's not like they have like 8 belts per weight class. This is a huge event for them. Giorgio Petrosian of Italy, for anybody that hasn't seen him fight in kickboxing, he's a featherweight World Grand Prix. He's fighting for the World Grand Prix Championship against Sami Saina of France. We got some heavyweights going. India versus Italy. Bibiano Fernandez, that guy's a beast. He's the bantamweight world champion over there in one, taking on Kevin Belingon from the Philippines. Shinya Aoki, an absolute legend in Japan and all over the world, taking on Hario Benario. And then the light heavyweight world championship, Ong Lan Sang versus Brandon Vera, Myanmar versus the Philippines. I'm hoping to do both those cards on October 13th, that Sunday. So, and for those that don't know yet, I think all of you guys already know, but if you didn't know, now you know. Fights with Friends will be changing to Mike's Sports Experience starting October 1st. So October 1st will be the first day. We're going to be announcing that quite a bit more, but October 1st is an MMA Trivia Tuesday. So we'll be announcing it then. Mike Sports Experience, or for short, those of you guys that want the acronym, MSE, but you'll want to look it up under Mike's Sports Experience on YouTube. There will also be a website coming soon. I'll post everything about that here soon. I'm looking to go big time, guys. We're looking to go big time. Still Fights with Friends. As far as the fight's concerned, just expanding into a full sports experience and throwing away the old name because of the YouTube algorithms. I want to talk about that for just one moment. It is out there now, so I could not talk about this earlier. It's definitely out in the news now. You guys might have seen it. The FTC and FCC came out and fined YouTube $140 million for violations of several TV acts. The biggest one, not protecting children, which this isn't a children's show. That shouldn't affect us here, but it will, because YouTube is going to be battening down the hatches on everything for a while. So I really need to go hard there, but that doesn't happen till the beginning of the year, and we're heading into holiday season. We're heading into all the sponsor money, so I can get a big jump on going full-time in 2020 by doing some really big time streams throughout the rest of 2019. And guys, just real quick, I know watching some of these fights, you build up a big time hunger. And Grubhub, they got your back with a sack full of grub. I mean, these guys could not be better. They are delivering everywhere, basically anywhere that serves food. That makes food, any restaurant, 3,500 restaurants across the United States, over 3,500. It's amazing there's 3,500 restaurants. That's insane. But use the Fights with Friends promo code here. Use that link. You're going to get $12 off your first purchase of $20 or more. And like I said in the past, you can get beer delivered straight to your home now. Pizza and beer. Domino's is doing the thing. They're working with Coors. I think they have other beers if you don't like Coors, but they'll give you a deal on Coors if you like Coors and Coors Light. And they're doing some beers, combining a 6-pack of beer with some pizza deals. They're doing some cool creative things over there at Grubhub. And like I said, why not get $12 off your first order of $20 or more? That's way more than the delivery fee. So you're going to get some free food too just for signing up. The delivery fee, very nominal. They use those really awesome carrying. I really need to remember the name of these things. But they're the hot food carriers that keep everything fresh. And I ordered from them the other day, and it was like it just came out of the oven. Those things work incredible. And those guys at DoorDash, those workers, or excuse me, not DoorDash, from Grubhub, those workers at Grubhub, they're working hard out there to get their grub out and to get grub to you. Speaking of DoorDash, that's Joe Rogan's. He'll only give you $5. So when you order from Grubhub, ask Joe Rogan where your $7 went. Brandon Vera versus Ong Ling Sung should be great. That's an awesome fight, man. Kevin Long, that guy's an animal. Yeah, Giorgio the Doctor Petrosian, great fighter. That is a great card. Who wants to talk some PFL? I think we got a little bit of time before we wrap this up. Nobody said so, but let's just pull up the PFL. You guys are on here. What else do I have to talk about, right? There's a lot to talk about in MMA right now, actually. But let's pull up the PFL MMA website and start marking these on your calendars. I definitely have them marked on mine. These are some big events. Oh, what is going on? Coming in October 2019 PFL Playoffs Bracket Challenge. Sign up at DraftKings.com/PFL for $25,000. Who's interested in doing a PFL playoff bracket for Fights with Friends, aka Mike's Sports Experience? Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I definitely want to put that up. I think there's going to be some interest in it. I think we're going to do that. It works just like March Madness. I don't know why they're telling me to join a newsletter. I'm trying to get the fight card for October 11th. You knuckleheads. All right, guys, come on. I know you can figure this out. PFL, you got to be smarter than this. No, they are not. They are not. All right, big fail. First fail there for PFL. You quick to get the card for October 11th, and wow. I think if I click over here, though, I'm going to get the fights. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is embarrassing. Oh, here we go, finally. Okay. I was becoming quite embarrassed there, guys. So $25,000 up in the air on the PFL playoffs. I think we all could use $25,000, and just a lot of fun here on Fights of Friends. I think we get everybody to play. Welterweight semifinal, Franca versus Paul Fiallo, John Howard versus Mikad. That's semifinal. Magomed versus Curtis. That's a rematch. Sai versus Cooper. Those are the welterweight semifinals. Ray Cooper III taking on Sabadu Sai in the welterweight quarterfinal. Also, welterweight quarterfinal, Glyco Franca versus Andre Vallejo. Magomed Kirimov versus Chris Curtis. Okay, I see what they did. They just showed everything twice. John Howard versus David Michaud. A little bit of work for them over there at PFL. That's fine though. I'll forgive them. They're putting on a great show for us. Great product. Sarah Kaufman, one of my favorite fighters at female, and I think she is ridiculously disrespected. Don't know as much as the PFL fighters, the other promotion. Oh, PFL is awesome, man. And they're fighting for $1 million. They fight twice in one night. Sarah Kaufman versus Larissa Pacheco. Number 1 versus the number 4 seed. And then Kayla Harrison, the judo double gold medalist, taking on striking specialist and number 3 seed, Jenna Fabian. That's going to be incredible. If Kayla Harrison ends up fighting Sarah Kaufman in the finals, I think that's going to be an incredible fight. Sarah Kaufman's got so much more experience as far as MMA. Kayla Harrison, the most decorated female MMA amateur fighter, the only U.S. Olympian, for those that don't know, to ever win a gold medal, male or female, in judo, and she won 2. I'd bet on anyone named Magomed. I believe he is the number 1 seed. Lance Palmer, number 1 seed at featherweight, takes on Gadzi Rabodanov. He's the 8th seed. So 8th seed against number 1, Andre Harrison. The number 5 seed takes on the number 4 seed, Alex Gilpin. Mavlid Kabulev, number 2 seed, takes on Daniel Pineda, number 7 seed. Featherweight quarterfinals wrapping up Luis Rafael Laurentino versus Jeremy Kennedy, Brazil versus Canada. Then you have lightweight champion returning Nathan Schultz of Brazil, taking on the number 8 seed from last season, was on last season's PFL as well, from the USA, Ramsey Najim. And then here at lightweight, the quarterfinals, you have Islam Mammadov versus Loic. Did they just redo those again? Oh, no. Versus Luis Radzhabov. Just the same name again. Here at lightweight, Chris Wade versus Nate Andrews. Ahmad Aliyev. God, that guy's been fun to watch. Versus Rashid Magomedov. Number 4 versus number 5 seed. So October 17th. That's going to be a huge one. And then a Halloween. If you feel like joining me on Halloween, if you don't have anything better to do, like I don't. We got the light heavyweight quarterfinals. Emiliano Sordi versus Sigai Posele. Bozigit Aitiv, who pulled off a huge upset. Number 4 seed taking on number 5 seed Viktor Nemkov. Maxim Grishin, the number 2 seed light heavyweight, taking on number 7 seed former UFC veteran Jordan Johnson. I believe Maxim Grishin is a former UFC veteran as well. Definitely a former UFC veteran. Vinny Magalhaes, number 3 seed, takes on number 6 seed Rashid Yusupov. And then at heavyweight, you got number 4 seed Kevin Tiller taking on Ali Asaev. Number 2 seed, God, this guy impressive. And big knockout, Muhammad Daris versus UFC veteran Jared Rosholt. Dennis Goltsov versus the Japanese phenom, judo phenom Satoshi Ishii. Alex the Spartan Nicholson, the number 3 seed, takes on number 6 seed. This dude is a bad man. 2-0. Francimir Barroso. I'm not sure how he ended up the number 6 seed and Nicholson ended up the 3. I know Nicholson had a first round knockout. So it must have been like, I think that's the tiebreaker. I think if you finish, and Barroso had 2 decisions for his 6 points. But I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. Yeah, PFL is incredible. So Big Jeremy Kenny. They have so many good fighters. I can probably make good, educated guesses. It would be fun to play that contest. Yeah, we're going to put that together. I'm going to have an announcement that we're going to do that. But before I go, don't forget, like I said earlier, Fights with Friends is changing names. Same contact. We're still going to do all the fights. We're going to add in some more sports with it. But the name's changing to Mike Sports Experience, or MSE for short. If you want to call it MSE, then we can do MSE from MSG for the UFC pay-per-view. How about that? Mike Sports Experience will be the new name starting October 1st. Hey, thanks for showing up on a random hump day, guys. To watch some random MMA. And PBR Straight Gang, hello, what is up, my friend? With the $1.99 donation, thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. We've seen a title welterweight championship change hands tonight. Everybody, put your hands together for the donation of PBR. Thank you, sir. And like I said, WXC 82 was a welterweight championship between Anthony Ivy and Willis Black. Anthony Ivy upsetting the champion Willis Black, knocking him out in the 5th and final round, stopping him not without some controversy and a legal knee to the head towards the end of the 4th round, or middle of the 4th round, from Ivy. Kind of seemed like Willis was coaxed into going on. I'm not sure how much he was into continuing to fight, but then they got him to go out there. He never seemed to get his feet out, back under him. Ivy eventually was able to stop him on the grounds with strikes, and Willis took way too many of those strikes. So, fun fight, though. It was a back-and-forth fight before that knee. I think it was going to be a rematch. And with WXC right now kind of filling the void for LFA at the moment until somebody picks them back up again. I think you have Chaos Williams finished Ladarius Jackson in the 1st round. I think he might get a look from Dana White Contender Series, as well as the winner of the welterweight championship tonight. Anthony Aquaman Ivy. Like I said, I think he should change his name to Poison Ivy, but guess he really likes Aquaman. All right, guys. Again, thank you very much on this random Wednesday. Everybody have a great hump day. Cannot wait to see you till Saturday. On Saturday for Bellator. I remember the featherweight tournament kicks off. Patricio Pitbull puts his title on the line against Juan Archuleta. Then Gegard Mousasi versus Lyoto Machida in the main event. Great Bellator card for once we haven't seen for a while. Later, PBR. Everybody, as always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses later.